Hello, hello. Welcome to your practice. I'm Court Morgan and super happy that you're here. And I am filming this in a day where it is hot and muggy. We've had just like really hot weather here in Providence for a few weeks. Yeah. And so this is a full body refresher because why? It's going to feel good. And that's important. So really my intention with this whole class is just like to hit all of the good spots, open up the front of the shoulders a little bit, open up the front of the hips, go all over the body, but particularly focus on those spots that we tend to store a little bit of heat, where we tend to like pull inward a bit. So hopefully this feels great to you. I'm psyched you're here, and we're actually going to start on our backs. So I weave in a lot of somatic yoga movements into even my vinyasa practices. And so we'll start with just a couple of very simple ones. Let's bring feet to the floor with the knees bent. And from here, take your arms out to the side. So we'll pause here just to begin. Arms in a little cactus position, back of the head to the floor. And you're just taking a few deep breaths. Welcoming yourself to your practice, welcoming yourself to your time. Great. So in this beginning little opening sequence here, we're going to hit some really great hot spots. And I, for whatever reason, think that like we store a lot of heat through the sides of the waist. It's like we have to open the gills, right? Just like we're fish. So let's bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. Elbows are nice and wide. This is really simple. As we inhale, we'll reach one elbow towards the wall behind, the other elbow towards the hip. And exhale to come all the way back. And then we'll inhale, take it the other way. One elbow toward the wall behind, and exhale to come all the way back. Good. So just going like that, side to side. I know we probably have the sticky mat down, so you might be really brushing the skin on that mat. It's fine. We won't be here for very long. So as you're turning, take a big breath into those side ribs, into the side waist. And then as you exhale, really let it go. Right? You're welcome to breathe through the mouth. And you're just getting kind of fishy with this. Good. So then as you come back to the center, go ahead and pause. All right, we can release, bringing back the head to the floor. Bring those arms back into cactus arms. Now as you inhale, let's arch the back, so spread the ribs, spread the belly, press the backs of the arms to the floor. And on your exhalation, go ahead and round the spine, pointing the fingertips towards the ceiling, and we'll press the palms into the floor. So inhale, go ahead and arch the back, backs of the hands to the floor. Exhale as you round, chin rocks towards the ceiling. And this is definitely going to mess up your hair, so we just got to be okay with that. Good, so we're just moving, rocking chin to chest, pressing backs of arms. And then as you smush the back, letting the chin rock up. So this is really important. We're going to move into just a couple of binds today, right? And we're opening through the internal rotators of the arms. Nice. Let's do this one more time. And as we come back to the center, we can take the arms out to the side, take the feet as wide as the mat, and we'll drop knees side to side. Good. So let's slow it down enough. I know we can tend to get a little floppy here. Slow it down enough that you can really feel the transition from one leg moving into internal rotation. So that's the leg that's dropping the inner thigh towards the floor, and the other leg moving into external rotation, or the outer hip moving to the floor. Right, so you want to feel what's actually happening here. You might get a good little click or pop. Really nice way to reset the sacrum, the SI joints. Good. And then we we come all the way back to the middle. Awesome. Let's hug the knees to the chest. Good. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then again, let's take the arms out to the side. Hover the knees above the hips. You could also have them closer to the chest. That's great. And we'll glue the legs together. Go ahead and take your legs over to one side. So now this twist is just targeting a little more in the upper back, and we'll inhale, come back to the center. So as you exhale, drop the knees over to the side, and inhale back to the center. Great. And then just keep going. So dropping knees one side, inhaling to the middle, and exhaling to the other side. Great. So of course this is doing two things, right? Of course this is oblique building. We're really using those rotational muscles of the core, but we're also releasing the back. So don't forget to not work too hard. You know my motto. Kicking it for 40 years now. We'll stay on the same train. Okay, we can inhale, come back to the center. Some hug the knees to the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And then however it works for you, so you can rock to one side or you can rock up to a seat. Make your way onto hands and knees. Yep. Oh, the hair is just so messed up now. Okay, so palms to the floor, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. All right, if you like to move through cat-cow, feel free to move through cat-cow. Otherwise, we'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. So tucking the toes, reaching the hips up and back. And once you get into downward facing dog, taking the time to pedal the feet, opening up through the backs of the calves. All right, legs really just like take it so hard in the summer. They just store so much fluid. Right, we're walking around in sandals and flip-flops, and it's like, oh, this poor lower legs just get so much work. Okay. So once you come back to the center, 2 feet hip distance in parallel, root through the palms. Let's lengthen the arms as much as you can and lift those front ribs just really lightly up. We can bend the knees, try to lift the sit bones towards the ceiling, and as you do that, if you're like me, you'll send your ribs forward, so just gently lift those up. Send the tops of the thighs up and back, reach the heels down and back, and there's your downward facing dog. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And on your exhalation, actually bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Right ankle behind the left, come into a little half pigeon. So this is like a light appetizer type half pigeon. Fingertips to the floor. Give yourself just a little bit of a rock. Right, swaying side to side. Okay, and then a couple of little stops along the way that I love. Let's drop the left elbow down in front of the right ankle. Bring the left hand to the front of the right knee, right fingertips off to the side. So you'll press down with the right fingertips. You'll pull to the left lightly with that left hand on the knee. Turn and twist. And giving yourself some good rotation here. Finding some new areas on that outer hip. Good. Just taking one last in-breath here. And we exhale, release it all the way out. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the left. Left forearm to the floor. Reach your right fingertips forward. Lean into the right side of the waist. And fanning the gills on that right side of the body. And let's inhale, come all the way back to the middle. Tuck the back toes. Lift up your left knee, step all the way back to downward facing dog. And so as you find downward facing, as again, just repeat a little bit of that, dropping the right heel down towards the midline of the mat. So your right foot's about 45 degrees. Bend your left knee, lengthen your arms, and reach into that outer right hip. And as you turn the chest, right, find the sensation that works well for you. So there's lots of different angles in here. And we'll inhale, come back to the center. And exhale again, reach down and back through those heels. Let's bring left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right. Come into this little appetizer half pigeon pose. Fingertips to the floor, lifting up nice and tall. Rocking hips side to side. Swaying side to side. This is really good for the nervous system. It just allows the body to relax in. a lot more easily. So from here, we'll drop down. We'll bring right elbow in front of that left ankle. Bring the right hand to the front of the left knee, left fingertips off to the side. We'll press down through the left fingertips, light pull with the right hand on the left knee, turn and twist. So we're not cranking, right? Be really, really gentle, particularly if you have some outer hip or pelvic instability stuff happening. So just be mild, particularly here in the beginning. Good. One more big breath, just like this. And on your exhalation, we'll release, bring both hands down. We'll walk them over to the right forearm to the floor. Reach your left fingertips away and give yourself a few breaths here into the left gills. So you can open those little riblets. And on your exhalation, we'll walk the hands back. And go ahead and tuck the back toes. Lift up your right knee, step all the way back, downward facing dog. And then we'll just accent that work by dropping the left heel towards the midline of the mat. Bend your right knee, reach into your arms, and turn your chest a little bit to the left. Good. As we inhale, come back to the center. Two straightish legs, dropping down and back through the heels. Inhale, shift all the way forward to a plank. And exhale, lower to the floor. Nice. Come on to your forearms. So elbows underneath the shoulders. And we'll bend one knee off to the side. So let's start with the left knee off to the side. Knee and toes pointing the same direction. Tuck your right toes under. Okay? And as the right toes tuck under, I want you to connect down to the front of that right hip. So right hip point trying to press down. Pubic bone trying to press down, but right heel pulling back behind. Press down through the forearms. Try to reach the chest forward. Right, so you're getting a nice stretch to the front of that right hip. Yep, good traction here as you press down, pull out, and pull back through the arms. Exhale to lower all the way down. Right? We'll lengthen left leg back, reach the right leg out to the right. Right toes and knee pointed the same direction. Tuck your left toes under. And as you tuck the left toes under, try to connect down to that front left hip point, so the bony bit, the ASIS, okay, on the front of the left hip. And then we'll firm the left thigh, reach back through that left heel, press down through the forearms, pull back and push out. So the broadness of the chest is starting to accept the breath a little bit more. We want the whole chest to be like a sail on a boat. Yeah, keep reaching back to that left heel and then target the breath into that lower left quadrant of the belly. As you exhale, go ahead and release, lengthening your right leg back. Okay, let's go for the super scoop now. So we'll tuck both sets of toes under, both legs nice and long, pressing down through the forearms, pull back, pull out, reaching through the chest, reaching back through the heels, quads firm. Now on your exhalation, hug the chin to the chest. Right, keep the hips heavy, look 2 inches below the navel. Try to pull that up away from the floor. So it doesn't look like much, but it will make you work. Yep. Inhale as we come all the way back to that Sphinx. Let's do it again. Exhale, hugging chin towards the chest. Lifting low belly up. Reaching back. Inhale all the way back to that Sphinx. Nice. Last time as we exhale, curling chin to the chest. 2 inches below the navel, lift up. Now, it should be pretty easy to lift the hips and come into a forearm plank because your center is already working. Somehow I managed to talk through all of this, so if I can do it, so can you. Take another breath. And knees down, hips down. Inhale all the way to Sphinx. As you exhale, lower down. Good. Slide the wrists underneath the elbows, spread the palms. Inhale into a little cobra or back bend of your choice. On your exhalation, reach hips to heels, tuck the toes, come into child's pose. We'll inhale up onto hands and knees. And split your feet so they're hip distance. Reach up and back, downward facing dog. And taking a deep breath in through the nose here. Open the mouth as you exhale. Okay, and then let's walk feet to the hands. Come to a forward fold, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Okay, feet hip distance in parallel. Yeah, heels right underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Lift halfway. You could also bring fingertips to the shins. And exhale to fold. Good. As you inhale, drop the fingertips to the floor. Lift halfway. We'll bend the right knee deeply, lengthen the left leg. Walk your right fingertips to the midline of the mat. Reach your left arm high. And as you exhale, release left hand to the floor. Bend your left knee, lengthen your right leg, turn and open the chest. And exhale to lower down. Rooting through the feet, bend your knees, sit the hips low, inhale, come to Utkatasana. And on your exhalation, root down, lift up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Samastitihi. Okay, let's inhale, reach both arms up. Take a hold of the left wrist with the right forefinger and thumb. Pull up through the ring finger and take a little side bend to the right. Inhale as you come back to the middle. Swap your grip, pull up through the right ring finger, and exhale, little side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Great. Inhale as you lift halfway and lengthen. Let's exhale as you step left foot back, left knee to the floor. Inhale, reach both arms up, come into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, step all the way to plank. Take an in-breath in plank. On your exhalation, shift forward, lower, chaturanga or floor. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Taking one in-breath in down dog. Open the mouth, exhale. And we'll inhale, reach left leg up and back. You can go ahead and bend the knee, open the hip, turn the chest to the left. And exhale, step your left foot forward. Right knee stays high this time. Inhale, sweep both arms up. As you exhale, bring hands to the heart. Right elbow outside of the left knee. So we'll turn and twist, rotating through the torso. Look to the floor and see if it's possible to step right foot to meet the left, Parshva Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Bring fingertips to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let it go. And press to the feet. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen, fingertips to shins. Exhale as you step right foot back, right knee to the floor. Inhale, both arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, step all the way to plank. One in-breath in plank. Then shift forward, lower, chaturanga or floor. Inhale to your back bend. On your exhalation, downward facing dog. Take an in-breath in down dog. Open mouth, exhale. And as we inhale, lengthen right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, lean into it, turn your chest. And exhale, step your right foot forward. Left knee stays high. Inhale as you come up into a high lunge. Exhale, hands to the heart. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Turn, rotate, twist. Great, we can look to the floor. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Parshva Utkatasana. Exhale to fold. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale as you rise all the way up. Lift the chest, look up. And exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. All right, let's separate the feet hip distance apart if they weren't there. Hands to the hips, lift up nice and tall. And on your exhalation, fold forward. So first two fingers between first and second toes. Lift halfway. Knees can be bent. They can be very bent, or they can be long. As you exhale, send the elbows to the side. Crown of the head down. Lift the shoulders away from the floor. Right? And find weight and balance on the feet. So big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heel down. A lot of times in this pose, as I see it, that people drop into the heels quite a bit. So try to bring the weight just a little more forward, right? Even if you still have knees very bent, doesn't matter. Keep doing the work of lifting shoulders up, crown of the head reaching down. So nice. And then from here we can inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, let it go. Yes, again, press to the feet. Inhale to rise all the way up. Let the chest look up. Exhale, hands to heart, samastitihi. Let's find a lazy Utkatasana, little bent knee. Favorite Courtney style of Utkatasana will bend your left heel towards the hip, so you're balancing on your right foot. Reach back with that left hand. Reach your right arm alongside your ear. And then find your Natarajasana here. So moving that knee back. The tendency is to take that hip out to the side, take the knee out to the side. So stabilize as you draw the left knee back. Right, chest nice and tall. And then we can reach your right arm back as well. Release your left hand from that foot. Lean forward. Come to this version of Warrior 3. Front ribs lifting. See if it's possible to drop your left hip so it's in line with your right. Bend that right knee. Step all the way back. Good. Inhale up into a high lunge. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Drop your left heel down to the floor. Start to lengthen your right leg. Right hand stays where it is or it comes to the shin. Turn and open the chest to the left. So come into Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. We'll turn that left palm so the thumb points back. Bend the elbow, bring the arm behind your back. Come into a little half bind here. Okay, just rotating. And then I'd recommend maybe turn the head. Move the left shoulder back. Turn the head so you're facing down. Nice. So you take one more big breath in, just like this. And on your exhalation, release your hands. Yep. Palms to the floor. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale to your back bend as you're ready. And exhale to downward facing dog. Great. So letting yourself pause, letting yourself breathe for a moment. When I think of like what feels really refreshing for the body, I have to move a little bit, right? I have to shake off some of the stagnation. And in order to do that, it's like I have to build just a little bit of heat, but we're also managing how much that's happening. So on your in-breath, go ahead and lengthen right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open the hip. Great, and as you do this, take a look at your left foot. Try to drag the ball of that left foot back just a little bit so you're opening through the back of the leg a tiny bit more. And we can exhale, step your right foot forward. Turn the left heel to the floor. Inhale to Warrior 2. Okay, so left arm up and back. We'll bring the left elbow underneath the right. Join elbows and palms. Take a couple of breaths into the back body. Okay, you can always move the neck around. Move the head around. As we inhale, let's lengthen the arms out. And then exhale, reach forward and down. So right arm inside the right leg, left arm reaches up and over the ear, Utthita Parshvakonasana, side angle pose. So we'll stay here or reach the left arm up, turn the palm, bend the elbow, find a half bind. If for you it feels good to sweep your right hand back and find a full bind, then do that. Right? You honestly get all of the benefit of the bind staying in a half bind. Wow. I don't know if you can see Freddie on the couch. He's having a great time. And on your exhalation, release fingertips to the floor. Come onto the ball of that foot, and we'll step forward. Left foot to meet the right, Uttanasana, forward fold. Fingertips to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Sit the hips in this lazy Utkatasana. We'll balance on the left foot, reach your right hand back, find that ankle, come into Natarajasana. Okay. So in this Natarajasana, again, we're trying to draw the right knee back behind us, lift tall through the chest, lengthen your left leg as you press that foot into the floor. And then can we stay balanced as we sweep the left arm back, reach your right arm back as you release your right leg. Come into a Warrior 3. And we'll bend your left knee. Step your right foot back. Inhale, come into that high lunge. Exhale, bring hands to the floor. Drop your right heel to the floor. We'll lengthen the left leg. So left hand stays to the floor or comes to the shin or a block. Right arm reaches high. Yeah, come into triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Nice. So a little different way of coming into this pose. And we'll turn the right palm, bend the elbow, bring the arm behind your back. Right, by building it from the ground up, we actually end up moving the hips less and creating less strain through the back body. So just a little half bind here. Keep rotating right shoulder back, look down towards the floor. Nice. And then on your exhalation, we can release. Hands to the floor. Step all the way back to plank. Lower chaturanga or floor. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Nice. Take a deep in-breath in down dog. Open mouth, exhale. And let's inhale, lengthen left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, lean into it. And then take a look at your right foot. Press into the ball of that right foot. Try to scrape it back like you have gum on the bottom of your foot. And we'll exhale, step your left foot forward. Right heel to the floor. Inhale to warrior two. In this warrior two, bring the right elbow underneath the left. Lift the elbows up. Press the forearms away so you're in Garudasana arms. And take a few breaths into the back body, right in between the shoulder blades. Nice. As we inhale, we'll sweep the arms wide. And exhale, left arm inside of the left leg. Reach the right arm up and over. Utthita Parshvakonasana. Inhale as you reach right arm up. Turn the palm, bend the elbow, arm behind your back. And if you want to stay here, you can. If you'd like to, sweep your left arm underneath. Find a full bind. Yeah. Nice. We turn and open the chest. Right, from here, go ahead and exhale. Release your hands to the floor. And we'll step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway to lengthen. Exhale to let it go. Nice, pressing to the feet. Inhale, rise up, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice, taking a moment here. Both feet on the ground, feel the breath. Feel the body. Maybe that natural AC of your sweat is starting to work. And we'll bring hands to the hips. Take a big step back with your left foot. Turn and ground your feet so you're in Prasarada Padottanasana. Toes are turned a little bit in, heels are popped just a bit out. Interlace the hands behind the back. Reach the knuckles down. I like a soft bend through the elbows. Lift up. On your exhalation, fold. Right, so in this Prasarada Padottanasana, don't worry about how far the arms are moving. Instead, like we did in Padangusthasana, that first forward fold where we held the toes, lift the shoulders away from the floor. Right, little bend through the elbows, reach the arms up. One arm is always going to be dominant. One wrist is going to be looser than the other, so there's going to be like all kinds of funky stuff going on. And as we exhale, go ahead and release the hands. And we'll find first two fingers between first and second toes, lift halfway. And exhale, fold it down here. Great. Outer ankles, outer hips hugging in. Crown of the head reaching down. Shoulders lifting away. Inhale to lift. Enhance the hips, press into the feet, come all the way up to stand. Let's turn the heels out, bend your knees. Truly one of my favorites. Hands to the tops of the thighs. We'll drop that left shoulder and right shoulder back. Just find a nice big twist for the upper back. Inhale to come back to the center, and exhale, right shoulder and left shoulder back. Good. Let's do it one more time each side. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Inhale to the center. And exhale, twist. And I think it's time to get a little weird. We'll inhale, come back to the center. Take those arms into cactus arms. Let's lengthen the legs, reach the arms up and out. And then a lion's breath. So we'll take an in-breath through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, tongue sticks out. Let's do it again. Inhale. And lion's breath. Just so silly. Lengthen your legs. Turn the feet. Nice. Heels pop out. Hands to the hips. Lift tall. Exhale to fold. There's somebody who takes yoga very seriously, and they're going to watch this video and be like, it's not silly. Okay, so forearms to the floor. Interlace the hands. Elbows as wide as the shoulders. If it feels good to you, right, you can play around with dropping the crown of the head down, right, coming up onto the balls of the feet, and maybe the legs start to float, and you can start to straddle your way up. I know this feels like maybe a bit of a jump, lifting the shoulders away from the floor. Yep, so you're just play around with it. Right, the stability comes from pressing the forearms down and lifting up away from the floor with the shoulder blades. If you want to take your legs up, if you're doing this, you certainly can. If you want to stay in that straddle, you certainly can. Well, we're not here for long, so if the legs were up, take the legs wide, and we just see if we can slow it down. Right, so lowering, releasing the feet to the floor. Good. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Or fingertips to floor, sorry. And then as you exhale, bend your front knee, walk your hands around, just step back, downward facing dog. If you'd like a vinyasa, feel free to take one. Otherwise, we'll bring the right foot outside of the right hand. Bring the left knee to the floor. Turn the ball of the right foot off of the mat, right hand to the right knee. Press down like we did with that half pigeon in the beginning. Create length through the spine. Then we'll bend the left knee, reach back with right hand, and go ahead and find the front of the hip. So this left hand is still pressing away. Left heel is pulling to the hip. We turn and rotate and twist. And as you exhale, you can release your quad stretch if you had it. Drop down to maybe the forearms, or maybe you just bring your hands down and bend the elbows. Give yourself a little sway side to side. So much good stuff. So really working the full circumference of the hip. As we've done a bit of core, right? We've opened through the shoulders. We've moved a bit, opened the backs of the legs. So just good all around body refresher. Come back to the palms. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. And we'll step left foot outside the left hand, right knee to the floor. Again, right hand will stay down, left hand to the left knee. Press down as you turn and twist. And then from there, bend your right knee, reach back with that left hand, find the front of the foot. Okay, so keep your right palm pressing down, push the hips back, heel to the hip. And then we can just gently pull your right knee a little bit forward as you rotate the chest. And from here, you can release when you're ready. You bring those palms down or bring those forearms down. Give yourself the opportunity to sway, to rock, to do the things that feel good and appropriate here in this lizard pose. Okay, so then we'll walk the hands back. Tuck the back toes if they're not already. Step back, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a moment here, just letting crown of the head drop, rooting down through the palms, lengthening the arms. Good. And then however you want to get there, come to a seat. I like to come onto the balls of the feet, bend your knees, and then hop. But that's just because I think that's fun. You may not. Okay, so we'll keep the legs nice and long. Let's bend your right knee. Pull the heel to the hip. Left elbow wraps in front of the knee, right hand behind. This may seem like a whatever kind of throwaway twist. It is so good. Press down into the right hand. Pull with your left. So you're creating as much length through the spine as you can. And with that length, then you're rotating around the center, right? Letting the muscles release naturally. Let's inhale, look back. And as you exhale, unwind. And go ahead and lengthen that leg. We'll bend the left knee, pull the heel to the hip, wrap your right elbow in front, left hand behind, lift up nice and tall. And then on your exhalation, turn and twist. And you are creating as much length as you can by pressing into that left palm, by pulling into the left leg with your right arm and lifting up through the crown. And for the last breath, we'll turn the head and look forward. And exhale to unwind. Nice. Go ahead. Lengthen both legs forward. You could also certainly have your feet on the floor. We'll do a little roll down. So inhale as you reach both arms up. And as you exhale, drop the arms by the sides. Lower, try to pull the low belly back. Keep pressing your feet forward. Legs are really working. Try to keep the chest open as you lower all the way down. Arms can reach up and over. Find a nice big full stretch here. Nice. And then we bring arms down by the sides, and let's just make sure you have enough room behind you. Okay. So arms by your sides, bend your knees, feet to the floor. Hug the knees to the chest. We'll lengthen the legs up and over. And then we can move into a shoulder stand position. If that works for you, if you're like, no thanks, then find something else that feels good. Again, walk those elbows in, bring the hands to the low back. If it works, then you lift up both legs or you lift up one leg at a time. Really, no better pose for summer than shoulder stand. Naturally cooling, stimulates the thyroid. So try to do the work of pulling the legs up, firming that back body. You've done so much spinal lengthening and strengthening, so find that here too. And if it feels good to you, then we can start to lengthen the legs over. If you like Karna Padasana, you certainly can by bend the knees. I love this kind of upside down Paschimottanasana because it works for my back. So if it doesn't work for you, be cautious. Arms by your sides. And just take your time as you slowly roll down. To be completely honest with you and just really transparent, I think, about the journey of this. Whenever I would do shoulder stand for maybe the first 7 years of practice, my back hurt so bad. And over time, it stopped hurting when I started learning how to recruit my core to find more length through the spine. So if that's happening for you, I totally get it. I will do a pose breakdown at some point on it. But if it is best for you to just avoid poses, then just avoid them, right? Why cause suffering? Here on your back, let's just gently bobble the knees side to side. Just in case there was any low back junk that happened. And we'll bring the feet to the floor, knees bent, arms by your sides. Okay? You could certainly hold the sides of the mat if you like. Press down into the feet, lift the hips, keep those legs parallel. And then if it works, you can interlace the hands underneath your body, or you can always just keep the arms by your sides or bend the elbows like little robot arms. I really tend to like this version a lot. Right, so as you exhale, release whatever you've got, lowering down. Nice. Arms can reach out to the side. Let's lengthen the left leg nice and long. Hug the right knee into the chest, and then just take it across the body. It doesn't even need to be assisted by the arm. If there's another twist that works better for you, then please definitely take it. And so just letting the body unwind. And we can inhale, come back to the center. Nice. Go ahead and lengthen that right leg long. Bend the left knee into the chest. Give yourself a little drop over to the right. So you can inhale, come back to the center. So any final movements that you need to do, please feel free. You can tell this is how I teach live classes too. It's like, please do whatever you want. Drop as you're ready. Come into something that feels comfortable. Take the legs nice and wide. Let the arms float out from the sides. Really take up some space. Let that natural AC work for you. And just letting the eyes close. Nice. Let's practice just a little sitali breath. So if you can roll your tongue, go ahead and roll your tongue. So it's going to be like sipping through a straw, right? And if you can't roll your tongue, then that's totally fine. You are not inadequate in any way. But you can just kind of stick the tongue out. Right, open the mouth and breathe so the cool air is touching the tongue. So for those of you, a sitali breath, tongue rolled. So I like to inhale, sipping breath through that rolled tongue, and then exhale through the nose. When you're ready to let that go, let it go. Allow yourself to just rest. And as always, spend as much time as you like here. If you're ready to transition, let's reach the left arm alongside the ear. Bend your right knee. Bring that foot to the floor. And then you'll roll to your left side, pausing there. And use your right hand. Help yourself come up to a seat. Just finding something that's comfortable, sustainable. Again, lovely place to hang out if you have the time. Maybe sit here, meditation for just a few moments, just feeling the body rest. If you're ready, then we bring the palms to the heart center, bow the chin. Take a moment to honor our practice, honor our time, honor our intention. So as we cool the fires inside of ourselves, right, bringing that out into the world that needs as much help as we can give. So may our practice be for the well-being of all, and may all beings everywhere be free in heart and mind. Thank you so much for your practice, and take care.